What's good, everybody? You are tuning in to the Halal Wrist Podcast. I'm your host, LT, and this
And I'm
is
Gotham.
K
You got
Sam's in
Gotham,
the
man.
building. Today, man, we have the one and only, the Crease Beast. If you don't know, now you know, man. We got guest Javi, guest Matt, man. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves.
What up? My name is Matt. I'm one of the co-founders of the Crease Beast, the best crease protectors in the game.
The best.
All right, so I'm Javi. I'm also one of the co-founders of Crease Beast, and I'm the creative director of Crease Beast.
Javi and Matt, man, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all taking the time and joining us at Halal Wrist Podcast. We've met slightly briefly at SneakerCon. Good dudes, man, real ones for sure. One of the only people we seen with Halal Wrist restaurant food at SneakerCon. We're gonna get to that later, man. About the food. You know, they real supporters, man. They got something for y'all sneakerheads out there, man. Y'all sneakerheads out there, man. I know y'all number one struggle is them creases. Whether you running with your shoes, whether you walking with your shoes, don't try to walk some type of way anymore, because we got the solution, and the solution is the Crease Beast, man. Javi, Matt, man, we appreciate y'all again, and I just want to get a little background of where y'all come from, where maybe born or like original country and whatnot. Feel free, whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Tank.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll definitely appreciate y'all having us on. You know, it's a likewise appreciation there. Definitely a big fan of the food and everything, all the conversations we had prior to coming on. So, but yeah, we're originally, both of us are from Miami. That's where we met. We're middle school, elementary school kids, met out there just playing basketball, local basketball leagues. That's where we grew up, just around that whole culture of fashion, sports in Miami. So naturally things like this come about, but that's where we're originally from.
Y'all went to school together type?
Yep. School, elementary, middle school, and high school.
Yeah. So we met when we were in 6th grade, I think. So one of the kids, so there was a kid that knew both of us, and
mutual.
We went to different schools, and we were the good kids at both. So we were good at basketball, right?
Okay.
So then he was like, "You guys should play 1-on-1." So then that's how we met.
Y'all should play 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta hear this story. Who won?
So we met playing 1-on-1 when we were like 12 years old.
Oh,
and we really don't remember who won. We really, really don't.
Now I respect it, I understand, but it's like it's crazy. That's one like great way to meet somebody. You know what I'm saying?
So from that day on, it was like, bro, we used to chill every day, everything together. We used to go around. So I never had a bike, but Matt had a bike, and we would drive around on his pegs and like throw rocks at things. And, like,
Yeah, man, it was always in the streets out there. I mean, Miami is, have you ever been to South Beach? It's a lovely place to be around. So we was always around playing basketball on the beach, just living life, you know. It was lovely. And like, even though we met in a hostile situation in a game of 1-on-1, it was all love after that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, now that's crazy. That's one way to meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, it's all love. You know, when we were kids, you know, everything is so like just pure. You know, so it's like you know, once you build a friendship since that time, it's like it is gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? If it sticks past like middle school and all these school years and what's it called, and y'all still keep on going. You know, most people say like after high school you lose all your friends, but if you stick since then, oh yeah, y'all good, man. This is a life thing now.
Oh yeah.
We already know.
That's amazing though, bro. That's amazing. Crazy how like y'all met in terms of you know what I'm saying, just pure children, you know what I'm saying, off a basketball game. I'm gonna find out, you know what I'm saying. Y'all gonna have to ask somebody, y'all other friend that made y'all play.
Yeah. I mean, I got a feeling I won, but I can't say for sure.
She might have won.
Good guy.
She might have won by like 1 point.
Yeah, if I did, it was by a small margin.
Yo, but now I'm busting.
I was gonna say who's better
The
now.
back
too.
problems.
Nah, bro. We all got back problems now, so we don't
Yeah,
play that much like that no more. But,
so y'all always basketball fans in a way.
Yep, the fundamentals always gonna be there.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So y'all are y'all Heat fans then? Since y'all from Miami?
not at all.
Oh,
No way.
okay.
Yeah, so I was a Pacers fan growing up, random. But I was a big fan of Reggie Miller. So then
I was gonna say, yeah.
So I just stuck with him my whole life.
I feel that.
And
That's
Matt's from LA originally. So
yeah. I was born and raised in LA, but I moved to Miami during my core years. So Lakers has been my team since day one.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yo, Javi, real quick though, Reggie Miller or Steph Curry in the 3-point contest?
Steph Curry for sure. Like,
oh, I don't see the little biasness. That's all.
We're all accepting at this point.
Ain't nobody. That guy is the GOAT.
I was being stubborn at first. You know, when Steph Curry, people started crowning him best shooter ever. I was like, nah, there's Reggie Miller, Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I can't say nothing. I can't say anything anymore.
He's in his home world.
It's undeniable.
We're all accepting at this point, man. It is what it is.
I'm hating for sure because I'm a Laker fan. They're in my division. He got 4 rings, so I'm hating every day, but you can't deny greatness.
You know what I'm saying? Low key we can hate, but it's like the stats are the stats, bro.
Right. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. But yeah, Javi and Matt, man, let's start off with Crease Beast, man. Matter of fact, I actually want y'all to talk about it first, and then I have one of these videos that you guys have on your page. I want to show people the page for Crease Beast. As you see, the banner already states the app. It'll pull up plenty of times throughout this podcast. Their at on Instagram is are you guys only on Instagram or there's other platform?
Yeah, we're on TikTok, Twitter. Okay. We are pretty much on all platforms.
Everywhere. Yep.
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and talk about what the Crease Beast is, man.
Yeah, man. So the Crease Beast basically started in high school, middle school. Like we were, shoe heads growing up. We always wanted to wear the Air Force Ones, rock all the throwback jerseys. We've seen all the rappers in the videos with all the cool shoes. So we wanted to be just like that. So that's where it came from. We wanted to stay fresh. So the whole idea behind it was making sure your shoes are clean so you can, possibly look better than the next dude, have a chance to pull a girl. Like it was really all based on just looking good. So we would stuff our shoes with socks, anything you can grab just to make sure them creases weren't there. So that's where the foundation of it started, is using whatever we had, thick socks, extra, just to make sure those creases were knocked out. So that was the foundation. Like it didn't actually come to fruition until 20 years later when we got together and was like, all right, that idea we had back in the day could work.
Yeah. What year was that foundation? My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's all good. It was like early 2000s, like 2001, 2002. So
that's when y'all thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's when we started. That's when we were wearing the stuff. But when we thought about it, like actually doing it, was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had the first conversation. We had the first conversation like 2 Decembers ago. Because Matt had,
yeah, that is recent.
Yeah, so Matt came to me with like that crazy idea to do like a bubble that sat above your toes,
right?
To pull creases up. So that was the original idea. But then since then, we developed it, we designed it, we did all kinds of it, and that's how it turned into the Crease Beast. But from the day that he told me to the day that we launched, it was like in less than a year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's quick though. Usually when people come up with ideas like on just any product, that's dope. Actually, that fast to develop, But yeah, I was gonna ask y'all though, how many like different styles or trial and errors did y'all go through before y'all made the decision?
Man, it was about 30. Like we ordered all kind of different materials. We did countless trials. I was wearing them to a part-time job every day to see how they work. We were getting, samples sent back and forth from China to here. Like we went through a rigorous process to make sure it was right. And it's still not completely perfect. We're still making tweaks to it as we go. But, from the inception of the idea, 1 whole year is all it took from a brand new invention. So, it was something just to look back on how the process happened. But it literally, an idea took 1 year to actually make to an actual product.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, most businesses or ideas, come from scratch. The fact that you said 30, that just shows it just shows me the dedication and the time and efforts y'all put into it. And not only that, I actually do want to show the audience what we're talking about here. I'm about to share the screen. I have this video from their page on Instagram, basically of what exactly the Crease Beast is and how it looks and how it really does help with keeping your shoe creaseless. Here we go.
All the way to the base of the shoe. Next step after loosening up your shoe, you want to put on the Crease Beast sleeve. Each sleeve and foam is left and right oriented. You'll see an L and an R on each of the foams. You want to put it in the big flap first. And there's a smaller interior flap that the other side of the Crease Beast goes in. Make sure that's secure. Now that I have my Crease Beast on, shoe is properly loosened, I'm going to go ahead and put my foot inside the shoe. So now we know in dunks, the main crease happens right here. So we want to make sure that the middle of the Crease Beast foam is lined up where that crease is happening. Now if you have a different shoe, for example, like these Jordan 3s, you may have to position the Crease Beast foam where the actual crease is on this shoe. On the Nike Dunk, you have to position it right here because that's where the main crease is. This shoe is slightly above, so you have to move the Crease Beast up depending on where the crease is. So when I put the shoe on, I may have to press down in the front of the Crease Beast to make sure it's properly positioned inside the shoe. You want to guide it all the way through and make sure it doesn't get stuck in this area because the crease is in a different area of the shoe, so you want to make sure it's right where you want it to be. So this is how you put on a Crease Beast.
Man, that just changes the game. It's crazy because it's like, I know y'all out there, man, did this before. At least sneakerheads, right? Because we even talked about this at SneakerCon, man. I used to put that wet rag on top, get the push the socks inside, get the iron and start ironing them threes, them specific threes too. Jordan 3s creases, bro. I literally got some True Blues right here that still need them. Well, I'm definitely copping the Crease Beast. You know what I'm saying? Crease. Because it's like, it's much needed, bro. If you're a sneakerhead, I'm gonna tell you this: if you're a sneakerhead and you haven't struggled, like you 100% struggle with creases, and you need it, and we walk some type of way. You know what I'm talking about? We walk like penguins just to make sure them Air Forces don't want it, bro. I'm not going.
You got a wedgie or something,
right? You walk like penguins. You get a new shoe, you're like, I can't crease it. And then some shoes are like don't crease as easy, but most shoes, especially Jordans and the fresh ones. And speaking about sneakers, I want to get into it with y'all and how y'all said y'all were sneakerheads since the get. What type of shoes was y'all into? Like Jordans, back in my days in high school, I'm not sure if I'm young. Yeah, I'm probably young for sure. But like we were into like basketball shoes too, the LeBrons, the Kobe's, the KDs, and all these shoes have creases. So how about y'all?
We're mainly into Air Force Ones. Like that was the number one shoe. Early 2000s when everybody was wearing the throwback jersey, the huge shirts and shorts. Like everybody was wearing Air Force Ones, different colors, different iterations of them. So that was the main shoe. Like Xavi, he's a huge Adidas fan, so he wasn't always Air Force One guy. He's shell toes all day.
Nah, that's what's up, Xavi.
I think your mic or something's on mute. Maybe we can't hear you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I was a shell toes guy, like all shell toes and Stan Smiths and all those, no?
Okay.
Like Jordans once in a while too, but not that much.
Yeah,
they're pretty pricey.
Yeah, hey, they were taxed, man. You try to stay in line just to get them, and it's like that was a hassle of its own. People were so dedicated.
Yeah, I was one of those guys who was in the
line. I was on the end. That's why I said people.
Yeah, my mom wasn't buying me any of those Jordans, so I had to get the low, like the cheaper stuff.
I feel that, man.
Trying to make that look cool, but I was chilling.
Yeah, I feel that,
Still
man.
was clean. Still was fresh with him though. So
Yeah.
Speaking about Crease Beast, and you telling me how the idea started and how like you guys basically were sneakerheads since the get, with Air Forces and Adidas and whatever it may be, and with the shirts and baggy jerseys and whatnot. So it's like, where did the motivation when it came time for like these? You said the last 2 years y'all started the Crease Beast. Where did the motivation come from to start this? Like, I know the idea came in your mind and you shared it with Javi, and where like the motivation to be like, oh, we gotta do this,
or like y'all can do it, like made it possible for y'all.
Yeah. So like majority of my adult life after high school, I've been working in footwear retail. So I've been like a store manager at different retail locations. So I was able to see the footwear industry from a different lens. Like I got to see the trends of the accessories that were selling, and all the shoes, and how resellers became a lot more popular, and how worn shoes have become a commodity. So once I seen those trends and how these accessories were selling, I knew there was a niche that could be explored, and the crease protection niche had the most opportunity. And with my experience in retail, Javi's background is graphic design, branding, it was just a natural mesh when I brought the idea to the table. Like I had worked on different ideas in the past, but never really went to the levels this has gone. It didn't work right until we got together as a team, put our different resources and our different attributes to the table. That's what made it go. The idea was great, but it was both of us putting in the work day in, day out that really, really made it right.
Right.
Yeah, but we were already in that mindset though. Like we were about to start like this other little company right before this, and that one didn't really work out because it was like really expensive or something, and we weren't that passionate about it, and we didn't have the money to do it. So we were like, let's do something else. So that day that Matt told me about it, I told him, "Yo, we're doing that 1,000%. Like, we're gonna quit our jobs and we're gonna go all in." And that's what we did. We quit our jobs. We stopped everything else, and we worked on Crease Beast for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, big ups on that, bro. Big ups on that.
And the dedication.
Yeah. Not only that, like sometimes. Yeah, I was just gonna say, in terms of like life in general, like with whatever we have to do, it's like we have to take these risks, without imagine now you're looking back at it in terms of what if we didn't take that risk? What if we didn't mention to just let these jobs go and really dedicate ourselves to what we would have never saw this side of it. It's like the one little risk you take pushes you to get you to exactly where you need to be. But that's some dedication. And Javi, how about you in terms of graphic design? Matt told us he was in footwear and all that.
Yeah. So I was a graphic designer for like 12 years. So I worked in advertising, and I specialized in branding. The last 3 years that I was working, I was kind of freelancing, so I was just doing stuff on my own, like getting my own clients, and we're working with smaller agencies to do branding projects for them. And so I was already kind of prepared to do this kind of thing. But wait, so I didn't know that I was prepared, but that whole time that I was doing all those jobs, that was prepared. That was preparing me to do this now. You know what I mean? Because when Matt came up with the idea, I was like, "Yo, we're gonna do it for sure." Because I already knew that with the experience that I built over the last 12 years, that I could do it for sure. Like I've done enough like social media campaigns for other companies and branding for other companies that I could just do it for myself easily. So I already knew, and I'm like, "Yo, let's do it 100%." And so we just got to work.
Yep. No, I see it. It's crazy because in terms of like, go ahead, Oz.
I know. I was gonna say that was such an important like role, like right there. Any brand or business that is needed. So that fact that you were like through those process that you didn't know what you necessarily wanted, you developed a skill that it was going to be needed eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms of before Crease Beast, the passion for like graphic design? Did you like study for that? Was it a self-taught thing? Did you
Yeah.
before you even start Crease Beast and you being a graphic designer?
Yeah, for sure. So I was always into art, like drawing and painting and doing all that kind of thing, like making clothes, making hats. So when I was in high school, I used to draw on hats, like hats like these kind of.
Okay.
And just like draw graffiti on them and stuff,
Right.
and like set them to all the kids.
Yeah.
So I was always into kind of like hustling a little bit and using my art to make money somehow.
Yeah.
And then so that slowly turned into graphic design because that's what I went to school for.
Right.
So I went back to school when I was like 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was working in the clubs in Miami and stuff, like bars and restaurants, like waiting tables, bartending,
Right.
valet parking, like that kind of stuff. I was having a blast, don't get me wrong, but
I feel you. But I mean, at the end of the day, at some point, we all have to sacrifice, you know. Awesome, you good?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened, man.
Let me just remove this. So
we good. You see me,
but
right?
Yeah,
we good?
I have to sacrifice something at some point. It's like we all, you know, going through it, whether we're doing our quick W-2s or whatever it may be that we're hustling and growing with, and then there's just an idea that comes up that you just cannot like risk not taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I feel like that's what happened with you guys, and the best thing about this story with you two, Matt and Javi, is like how perfectly you guys fit in the picture in terms of Matt, you saying you working with footwear most of your life, like what I'm saying, coming from a background of working with shoes and knowing exactly what shoes creases how and where, and just like we just seen in the video how like dunks crease higher up top and then threes crease.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that, but I didn't realize it until I watched that video. I'm like, oh yeah, they do crease higher. But it's like it's something that only somebody that's been in the field would know. And even with the graphic design in terms of Crease Beast, the logo, whatever it may be, promoting, networking, designing, it all takes a part. Everybody takes a part in it.
Yeah, it was a great match. Like just we have different skill sets. We have two creative minds. We approach things in a much different way, and it just meshed perfectly to create this business. And it's still going great to this day because at the end of the day, we'll hold each other accountable for things we don't do, just like we did back in the day. We're on the basketball court. Like if you miss a defensive assignment, I'm gonna let you know. Like, hey, you messed up on that last play. Like it's the same thing here. Like if I forget to hit somebody up, he's like, hey, hit buddy up. It's the same kind of relationship, so it works perfectly.
Yeah. What was dope about it too, like for the idea that you came up with the Crease Beast, it's like it's like a needed product. You found a solution. Kind of everyone's gonna wear shoes forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that's like it's a needed product that people are gonna always need forever, basically. Right. So you found a solution, and it was like, all right, now let me add this into the lane for sneakerheads and stuff, because you did find a solution for a lot of people. So like now to brand that specific thing, because there's not really a brand that I could think of, right? That's like that's taken over that yet, at least. So it's like
we are that.
What y'all did is dope. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The fact that y'all did that, and it's like the Crease Beast. It's just a catchy name. It stands out. Like I've never seen a product like that before. I don't know, LT, if you've seen others crease protectors or whatever. I just never seen a product like that personally. That's
Until
why I was like, wow.
SneakerCon, I was still ironing.
Damn.
That's how. But that's why it happened, because when Matt came to me with the idea, I was like, the other crease protectors that exist out there, one, they're whack, they hurt your feet, and they don't really have a brand.
Yeah,
they're just products.
Right.
So I was like, hold up, let's kill them from all angles.
Right.
Yeah, I could see y'all in like retail, like some certain stores soon, man. The fact that there's not everything else is like just generic ones, like if they do exist.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of big stores that carry their own generic crease protectors, and there's been a lot of stores that reached out to us over the past year with, interested in bringing them to their stores. So it's only a matter of time before we're in a real big store. I mean, this is our first year too, so it's all gonna come in due time.
Oh, for sure. I see it happen soon, for real.
Appreciate that.
That's definitely work in progress. Crease Beast, I feel like is going to be on worldwide, not just US or whatnot. It will be.
It is right now.
Hold up.
It will be.
Just to give you a little insight, we've sold it in like over 50 countries so far. So
see, I'm predicting the future already.
Yeah, man. We've been tapping into that worldwide.
Yeah, like Qasim said, you guys found a solution to something that had a huge problem. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of people who do want to look fresh and whatnot, it's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Just stick to the blueprint and y'all got it. In terms of the company,
hold on. Before you go past that, LT, I want to ask him about, because you said you've been selling everywhere else. Where's the most? What country has bought the most outside of the US though?
The UK. That's a good chunk of ourselves. Yeah, man. Also Europe, but mainly the UK.
Yeah, the Mandem. They gotta have the tracksuit, the Nike tracksuit with the Air Forces, and that was meant for the Air Forces, as you mentioned. It started off with the Air Forces, right? Matt said it. This was like, the Mandem had to get the little Nike tracksuit, not to go on UK heads or anything. You know what I'm saying? We respect it. We do the same. I got like 2 tracksuits in my closet too, but in general, they got the little, what's it called, the Nike tracksuit. You know what I'm talking about? The tech, and then they wear the Air Forces, and then in there. Oh man,
it's a lifestyle out there.
We good to go, bro. Man, for sure, bro. That's crazy. What's the second?
Canada second. So our neighbors above showing us love.
Yeah, that's a sub though. That's a sub. Yeah, y'all been definitely moving. And I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Keep following the blueprint, and y'all further and further every year. Like you said, only 2 years, and that's another thing I was telling y'all before we started the podcast is in terms of Halal Wrist too, we have a sense of feeling that too, like when you're starting something and then time passes and then you find yourself in one of your answered prayers, or like in one of your milestones that you thought you were gonna reach later on, but it's like it was right there. It's like it's just another wake-up call to tell you how further you can take it, and what the next, like literally the next door can have for you, as long as you just keep on knocking.
We set those foundational pieces, of believing at first. Like it was all about believing. If we didn't believe it, we wouldn't have risked our jobs, risked our finances. We just had 100% belief in it, and the fact that we're going to keep that same mindset going forward is why we're reaching milestones earlier and earlier, because we have that same mentality going forward. Like, hey, we believe in this 1,000%. We're going to make sure every day we build on that.
Right. In terms of
go ahead. Have y'all been to any other SneakerCon event, by the way, with the Crease Beast, or no? Was it the first one?
That was our 5th one.
5th one, okay.
Yeah, we got 2 more at least. So we signed a deal with them earlier this year to go to a bunch of cities. So it's been good exposure for sure.
Yeah. Did you guys go to the last one? After DC? It was in what was it? Was it Toronto or Utah?
DC was the last one we went to. We've been
okay.
We had to take a break from work, from traveling. It was costly on our backs, man. We couldn't take it.
I feel you.
Have to step back a little bit sometimes, the grind on what you got to do. I get it.
Yeah, we back at it though.
We also had to go back to growing the company more, because we were traveling for 2 months straight.
Oh,
and we weren't really growing the company. Like we had to like grind it out, like grind it out over here for like a month or 2.
Build our own because we put our own content. We put our own content together. We don't hire companies, so we have to actually get down the trenches and make these videos, edit the videos, and that takes time. You can't be on the road doing that all the time. Sometimes it works, but in general, you got to take a step back sometimes.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's a main factor. People got to understand, like, no matter how much you wanna, even like the traveling, like it's not all for personal preferences is also for like when you guys are traveling, you're promoting a brand and whatnot, but then it all comes back down to the base, which is when you guys have to come back and really put in the work to, you know, grow it in its own way, you know, other than just, you know, networking or whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I understand exactly where you're coming from. In terms of like the whole process with Crease Beast and you guys coming up and it being where it is today, what do you feel like was one of the hardest things, you know, facing as an entrepreneur trying to build something? I know you guys mentioned like how you had to risk, you know, just saying, I gotta let this job go and I have to put this in. That could be one of them, but it also could be in terms of like, you know, maybe even, you know, you guys like, let's say you said you tried 30 different you know, prototypes or whatnot to try to see if it's the one. So it's like what was the one factor of the whole process that was really like I wouldn't say a headache, obviously, because it's all in the process, but it's just like something that people can see that it's not all green lights, you know what I'm saying, what people see, but it's like something that, you know, you guys had to go through.
Yeah. I mean, the process itself of making the Crease Beast was a headache. Like, it was something that had never been invented. So we didn't even know what channels to go through to get something like that produced. So we had to figure out step by step, how do we get in touch with the manufacturer? Is this manufacturer have the right materials to put something that we've envisioned together? Like, this is something that has never been invented. So we had to like share our vision to somebody who was foreign to create this. And it wasn't easy. So, you know, there's a language barrier when you're talking to overseas manufacturers. You know, there's definitely different like mistakes that happen throughout the process that you have to correct, that we just can't like pull up to China and say, hey, you know, this is messed up. Like, it's a long process. So like we had to go back and forth through mail, different, like we get in our head, we're like, okay, it's an air bubble, it should be an air bubble. The whole time we're thinking air bubble. And like as we started trying it out, we're like, nah, I don't think it's gonna work. So we had to like actually, you know, go through things that were wrong and say, like, all right, well, let's revamp our process, let's think this through and see what actually could work. So the process itself of making the Crease Beast and honing in on that exact concept was a rigorous process. And I mean, it was like a day in, day out thing. Like, these manufacturers are on China time, so we're talking to them at 3, 4 in the morning every night, like a lot of sleepless nights, going through testing this stuff. So I would say that was probably the most challenging thing for me personally. I mean, we both share the burden, but he's on the design side, so like he has to go through a whole different level of stress.
I get it. How about you, Javi?
Yeah, for me, I guess so starting the company, I guess we had to plan the whole photo shoot, hire the photographer, hire lighting, hire all that stuff that I'd never done before. You know, like I worked at ad agencies and they do everything for you.
Right.
You just got to art direct. But this thing, I had to do everything myself, and location and all the pieces to the puzzle.
Right.
And then come up with the concept and how it looks, and then design all the pieces, I guess. So that was pretty challenging, but I felt like I did it solidly, I guess. The challenge for me is like trying to detach from the work, from like not just the graphic design aspect, but from the whole company itself. So like when the days aren't as good, like when sales aren't going as good, that's because the ads aren't that good. So that kind of affects me, you know. So that's a challenge for me, like I'm trying to detach.
I see what you're saying.
It, you know,
right?
Yeah, because when we have a slow day, that just ruins my whole day, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Because now you're like, it's just like I'm just trying to put it in context, like with us when we, you know, edit and it's like a short amount of views or something. It's like, I thought I did it right this time, right? Like I thought a good amount of edits, or you know what I'm saying, I thought I did this, or I try to do this different, and you know what I'm saying, I added a couple of things here. But I get what you're saying. It's maybe it's in just terms of like in terms of like putting in the work for something and really feel like you have that, like you got it right this time. I feel like that, yo, Matt. You come to Matt, you're like, yo, Matt,
Got me telling me.
It's something, bro. I just put some nice ad up. It's bitches.
Yo, we talk about this all the time. It's like, yo,
bro,
a banger for sure.
Right.
It'll pop
nowadays, bro.
And I'm like, damn, I thought we had it for sure.
You know what it is, bro? Nowadays, we're fighting algorithms.
I know.
That's what it is.
That algorithm, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's, and we all understand, we can all agree that Instagram is the day we need. That's where everybody's looking for. You know, there's stuff to bop. You know what I'm saying? That platform is different, and it's going to be different further on. But like, obviously, you know, Chinese people with TikTok and all that, and like, trust me, man. We understand exactly where you're coming from. I just said all that to say I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, bro.
Like it tests your creativity.
Yeah,
it does. But see, that's where the problem is, because then I'm like, fine, and let me get more creative.
Right.
And then I'll get more creative, and we're all hype about the video, and that shit flops. And I'm like, how?
Yeah. Right.
But it's not like, it's all about the algorithm, honestly. Like how, like what time you post it, and who sees it, who shares it. You know, like.
It's more than just the content itself.
It's more for sure.
There is a stuck point. Like, where does the consistency come from? Like, to keep going and just pushing harder, like you said, Javi, in terms of, dang, it's just a bad one. Like, you did an ad, you thought it was it. One up, it's going through with, yo, man, I got it, and then you get your little. It goes downhill, and it's like, where does this push or consistency come after that? Is it the belief part that you were talking about earlier, Matt?
Yo, I think it's pretty much. So I was talking to my friend the other day about the same thing, because she's a dancer,
right?
And she like and hasn't been getting jobs lately and stuff. So I was like, yo, you just got to keep going. When you go to the audition and you don't get the job, you got to improve. Go back home and work all day long and improve on what you didn't get hired for. So that way you're always improving a little bit. So every time these videos don't do well, I'm like, fucking back to the drawing board. Like, how do I make it do well? You know, like, I'm not gonna give up. So that's just what it is. Like,
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because we could all agree is just the one thing you can only do is just keep going. Just keep going now to the next one. Next video I gotta create. The next whatever ad I gotta do. That's all you could do is just keep going. That's the one of the easiest things to kind of do.
Yeah, so
exactly.
It's either you do that or you quit, and we're not gonna quit. So, you know. So
I got one solution. That's it.
We got one. Just keep going.
We got that mama mentality, you know. If it don't work, we right back in the gym getting shots up. Like, we ain't stopping at all.
That's facts.
Exactly.
That's
facts. That's why I like you know, sports. I think that's why we gravitate towards sports, basketball, you know, Kobe, like you just said, Mamba mentality, because it's like so many analogies you could apply to your life no matter what you're doing. Like, even if you're not doing sports professionally, like you said, the Mamba mentality, just go right back in the gym, just keep putting shots up. That means, you know, whatever it is your lane, just keep doing the next thing.
Failure's not an option. Quitting is not an option. So it's like, you know, we gotta be better, period. You know, we take our hits on the chin and get back to it. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I know, Matt, you say you're a Lakers fan, so like, you still watching those Kobe interviews? They're like motivating though.
I was watching him the 81-point game just earlier today. Like, literally, that's been my idol since I was a kid. So,
man,
I'm always gonna look to him for motivation, no matter what.
No, I feel
RP Kobe.
Yeah, that's one person. Kobe. I always pop up to get motivated all over again. It's Kobe and Nipsey interviews. I always watch. You know,
never fails.
Two guys. Yeah,
those two guys right there were. Man, they were different.
I think even Nipsey said, he was like, to speak about what we just said about pushing forward and always going forward. He was saying something about you're always closer to where you're trying to get than going back. So it's like, why stop now and quit when you can keep moving, so you can get to that end goal, right? So it's like, that's definitely, man, them two, they pierced hearts. You know what I'm saying? So especially. You know, their words, what they were about, and like said, going back to, basketball, or like the mentality and stuff that relates to us in our lives. It's just we just gotta keep pushing, and I respect that, Javi and Matt, in terms of how y'all get about it, and the editing, and not only that, the fact that y'all do it yourselves, and y'all know what, as Matt mentioned before, y'all know what needs to be done. Y'all, even if we don't, let's get it done. They gotta keep moving. The train gotta keep going. There's no stopping. So it's either us or somebody. Ain't no somebody. It's us. So you just keep it moving. Let's keep going.
For sure. Yeah, and we probably learned that from our mothers, because we both grew up with single parents,
right?
And they did the same thing. Like when we didn't have the money for something, they worked harder. They worked overtime. They got another job. They did whatever they had to do. That's why we came up with that mentality.
Yeah, the humble beginnings just really meshed throughout our lives, and made sure that we had that work ethic. At the end of the day, if we didn't have the skill set, we were going to work as hard as everybody else, or even harder, just to make sure that we're respected on that platform. So all these basketball analogies, it really applies to our life, because that was our saving grace. Whenever we're down doing whatever we're doing, that's what we felt joy. We felt passion. We felt passion on the court, just like we have the passion on the in our platform now, and we apply those same characteristics, same fundamentals to what we're doing every day in our work.
Yeah, you could tell, man, because it grew fast, man. You said what Crease Beast started 2 years ago, or whatever. But it shows. It shows, like
I appreciate that.
It shows. Yeah.
We're less than a year in, so we're
less than a year.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's up. They're up for sure, man. In terms of the future, man, what are you guys' personal goals? I don't know if you guys share with each other, or even what I'm saying, whether it's you personally and for Crease Beast.
Yeah, we definitely always put our goals, everything out on the table we want to do, because at the end of the day, we want to see ourselves individually and collectively thrive, no matter what our passions are. So, our goals are to grow the Crease Beast into the biggest shoe care brand in the world. Like, we know we have that potential. We know we have the branding to capture people. It's all about just getting as many eyes on it as possible. So, the next 3 to 5 years, we want to be recognized as the best shoe care brand out there, because it's not going to just stop at crease protectors. We're going to do a lot of other stuff. A lot of new inventions coming for y'all. We want to stay fresh, because we are flyness protectors at the end of the day. So we got a lot more coming in the next few years.
Yeah.
Do athletes can wear the Crease Beast while they play sports? I think some people wonder about that too sometimes.
I mean, try it out.
Is it? Yeah. Say no more. I'm gonna just run a full court game. Me and LT gonna play 1-on-1 tomorrow.
Yeah, if you get your foot stepped on, it's not gonna hurt, So it's a lane for it, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Save you a couple months if you're playing professional.
Yep.
No, that's what's up. I also was gonna ask, but I'm gonna let that for the future. I'm gonna leave that for the future. The little new upcoming things. I was gonna ask something about cleaners, stuff like that, but I'm gonna leave it for the future. And we gonna definitely check in, because we locked in for sure.
So we'll just say one thing. We have 2 or 3 products coming out soon. That are new inventions to the world. They're brand new products, just like the Crease Beast was.
Okay.
So we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
Here to stay.
We here to stay, man.
Another question too about the Crease Beast. It's one size fit all, right? For the most part.
Yeah, but we got a new version coming out in the next month for the holidays. We've already released 2 versions of it. We got the 3rd one coming out. Y'all getting exclusive information here, but the slim model is coming real soon for all the people with the fat feet and the small spaces in their shoes. We got something for y'all too. Don't even trip.
Yo, thanks. Should I show it to him?
Show it to him.
We
got the prototype ready.
Let's
go.
Yo. Yeah.
You got the prototype live. Yo, that is slimmer than the other one we just seen on what's it called?
Yo, and I'm also show you something else that nobody's ever seen too. Wait.
Okay.
Got some exclusive for y'all,
Yeah, we got exclusive. Let's go, man. Y'all getting exclusive at the Halal Wrist Podcast. Crease Beast is not done. They're here to stay. They on the grind, man, and they're upcoming, man. Worldwide. They're already worldwide, but even bigger.
Yep. So this is the old box.
Yep.
You've seen it, obviously.
We seen that. Yep. For sure.
This is the new box size. So it's the new box is way smaller.
It's
way thinner. and it's easier to open. You just boom.
Right.
And that's the product right there. So nobody's ever seen that either. So you guys
appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
It felt like you were just revealing another iPhone, new iPhone.
No, that's kind of the vibe, the kind of Apple vibe.
Right. Yeah, and it comes with the new one.
Yeah. So it'll be the whole red, the all red box with the gold sticker still, but just a smaller. Right. So they can pay less on shipping and less wasteful for the environment and all,
Yeah, we're trying to reduce our carbon footprint too out there. So we're doing our part to make sure we have sustainable, small, compact items,
Hey, that just increased y'all sales a few more percentages right there.
Right.
Automatically.
That's the goal.
No, for sure. For the second one, I don't even want to ask too much questions because I know we're getting the exclusive, but it comes also, it's just like long or thinner, and then it fits all the spaces needed in the shoes, whether, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys had what sizes before?
Yes, so our first one that dropped was like the biggest size. Then we had a re-release a few months later of a smaller size than that because of the feedback we're getting. It wasn't fitting all shoes. So we're like, all right, we'll make it a little smaller for the next drop. But there's still a lot of people out there who want an even smaller version for shoes with thinner space. Women have a huge interest in our product, and most of them have, relatively smaller feet. So the regular version doesn't work in all shoes. Every shoe is different. Every foot size is different. So we want to make sure we have something for everybody.
Okay. I respect that. That's respect. No, man. If y'all don't get the Crease Beast now, it's like y'all just complaining at this point.
I was gonna get more creases in your shoes.
Right.
I always tell Matt, man, like it's not even like we don't even try to sell these things to people. Like we're just trying to tell you that this is the best option. Like there's no other way to see it because of common sense,
Right. And when you do have the best option, people are bound to come to you only because you're the best option.
Yeah.
Nah, for
That's
sure.
He knows a good product. That's he knows a good product, though. Yeah, for sure.
No, that's love.
You guys have a website, I know for sure. And is there a store for Crease Beast?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have our storefront
earlier,
but right now it's just all e-commerce off the website creasebeast.com. Right. We could exclusively on there. You can order it a few different channels on eBay, a few other places, but it all comes from creasebeast.com.
For sure, man. Make sure y'all get y'all Crease Beast. I know I'm getting mine. Hey, just look for order. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's love.
I don't know if I want to wait for this one. I just heard about, but I'll probably get that one and this one. We'll definitely. We're locked in, man. Not only that, man. Y'all ever in the DMV, ever in DC, Maryland, Virginia, man. Y'all got Halal Wrist locked in. Man, hold up. Where we going? Hold up. Y'all tried the food, man. We went to SneakerCon, DC, and the Crease Beast were the people that ordered Halal Wrist on the second day of SneakerCon. We told them about it the first day. They got it, man. Let them know what y'all got, man.
Yeah, man. Like, shout out to the DMV. Showed us a lot of love while we was out there. A lot of good connections, but the food was magical. I mean, we had a lot of food out there, a lot of different wings, but when we tried them wings from Halal Wrist, like we're like, all right, yeah, we definitely coming back. We got to actually go inside the restaurant. It was good to have it at SneakerCon, convenient. The delivery brought it. It was all good, but we want to go to the actual restaurant next time, get the full experience because the food was on point.
Sure, man.
Y'all locked in, man.
We gotta go, man. Those wings were fire, man. I'm serious.
So the viewers who
we're really picky about food.
Yeah.
And those wings were really good.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate it, man. And anytime y'all here, man, one phone call away, man. Y'all locked in Halal Wrist restaurant is y'all home as much as it is ours. Y'all welcome anytime.
Why we appreciate you? You know why we appreciate y'all so much too? Because like out of all the people we were talking to out there at SneakerCon, we were like, yo, y'all gotta try the food. Make sure it's like not that far, 5 minutes down the road. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna eat that food tonight or tomorrow, whatever. Anyone that said it, y'all was probably like maybe the only ones I think that actually ate the food or ordered it. We had a couple, one or two other people too that tried it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And not only that, ordered it to SneakerCon. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can see what they're eating. You know what I'm saying? People asked. I remember this one guy passed by. He was like, "Yo, where's that from?" Well, while we were interviewing y'all,
I was sharing my wings with some people.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember.
Yeah. By the way, that SneakerCon podcast is on Halal Wrist Podcast on YouTube. You guys are on there at the end when we came and asked y'all about the food. We appreciate y'all again, man. It's been a pleasure. Y'all real, for real, man. Like, you know, it's hard to find good dudes out here. And then we just met Matt and Xavi, man, the Crease Beast. Not only y'all good dudes, man, y'all building something great and much needed, man. You know, not everybody, you don't have to be a sneakerhead to understand that the Crease Beast is needed. That's the phrase of the day.
Yeah.
So the Crease Beast, man, to solve your problems when it comes to, you know, keeping your shoes tight, nice, clean. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be walking around with beaters, man. We appreciate y'all again and again. We're gonna definitely link at y'all state, you know what I'm saying? And whenever y'all come here, we're gonna do a part 2 for more to come from the Crease Beast.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Anytime y'all have new stuff dropping, definitely we gotta have y'all, man.
Oh yeah, man. The love and respect is mutual. We appreciate y'all. Y'all definitely real ones. It was a pleasure. You know, the invite to actually eat at the restaurant, just talking to y'all while we're there. It's all up. So anytime y'all in LA, definitely tap in with us. We'll show y'all, you know, the best restaurants we live around for sure, you know. But
we got to.
Yeah, sure, man. Yo, it's love, guys.
It's love, man. You are tuning in to the Halal Wrist Podcast, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. These are the Crease Beast, Mr. Matt Javier. We appreciate you, Javi. We appreciate you. And peace.
I almost went a whole episode without messing it up.
Yeah, he did. He did.
To the end, right?
Yo. All right.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.